Hey, good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP, and we're North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, if you would like to get in on the conversation, if you'd like to follow us on Twitter at Fetcher News there, at FYNTV. And you can send us emails, chief@fetchernews.com, or text me 706-889-9700. If you'd like to be on the show and call in, you can text that number, tell us you'd like to be on the show, and we'll contact you during a break, get you on, get you in the conversation. And also that 889-9700 is a 24-hour news hotline here at FetcherNews.com. Good morning. Sam asked me earlier to give her an order that the show was going to go in this morning, and I'm not for sure where I want to start. But let's go all the way back 90s. Every single time a budget comes out and we want to cut some of these departments and we need to make some budget cuts, what happens? Where's the show's brought to you today by letter U. Where's that at, Sam? You got that? You know which one I'm talking about? There it is. That's good. Leave it right there. Today, the show today is brought to you by the letter U for unemployment. Yes, folks, they're going to send the budget down. And immediately, the articles are starting to fly about cuts to after-school programs and possibly Big Bird. Yes, I know. That goes every time from Newt Gingrich. Every time the Republicans send a budget down that they try to make cuts, some poor millionaire like Big Bird could be possibly a result of a cut. That bird is a multi-millionaire. But yes, okay. We'll talk about that a little later. Let's get Big Bird off there. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? I almost had to sing that. All right. We will start this morning so Sam knows the direction I'm going in. If you are out there, we're going to talk about the budget. We're going to talk about the Muslim ban that the judge in Hawaii said. Oh, by the way, before I get there, you do know we have a new border control agents. Our new border control agents are federal judges. Holy smokes. Go ahead, Sam. Put this judge's picture up. We'll get to the story later. This guy here looks a little bit like Judge Ito. Looks a little bit like the guy that he's in Hawaii. Looks just a little bit like the guy that, remember Judge Ito? Judge Ito is the judge that let OJ, the OJ trial. Just saying. Anyhow, this judge, what's his name there? I can't find a picture. What name? Huh? Yeah, Derek Watson. This is federal judge in Hawaii, Derek Watson, that decided that the new travel ban that he considers a Muslim ban, he put a stop to it yesterday. So he gets on a list of judges as our new border control. That's our new border control right there, our federal judges. Oh, wow. Okay, let's get rid of him. I don't want to look at him. We'll come back to him in a minute. If you were in Atlanta, now if you're in Texas this morning, no matter where you're at in the United States, you have to pay attention to what I'm telling you. Now I'm going to play a commercial. I had a lady say to me this morning that she was over at the nail salon and heard this commercial like 6 times it seemed like. It's like every other commercial. This was in North Georgia, all over, okay? They got the money. We'll talk about this. Play this commercial, Sam, and then we're going to talk about this.
I'm Jon Ossoff, and I'll work with anyone to do what's right for our country and Georgia. We need to attract more high-tech and research jobs to the area. Cutting wasteful spending is not a partisan issue.
And we can find common ground to fix Obamacare while keeping what works. Repealing it makes no sense.
But when President Trump embarrasses our country or acts recklessly, I'll hold him accountable. That's why I approve this message.
Okay. I will work with anyone. That's Jon Ossoff. Now, later today, we've done a series, the 6th Congressional. I've been sounding the alarm on a daily basis, okay? Sounding the alarm for the nation. If you are okay, if you're a viewer and you want a Democrat to win the 6th District, then there you go. But if you're a Democrat, Bernie Sanders supporter, or you feel the process should be open to all candidates, interesting. We're going to have Dr. Rebecca Quigg on our show this morning at 9 o'clock. We are doing 6 Congressional District candidate interviews every day at 9. Now, yesterday, I'm going to tell you, Amy Kramer was on the show. She's a Republican running in the 6th District of Georgia to replace Tom Price. She was on the show. I actually have received more messages about her interview than any other. I'm going to give her that. I'm just saying, I get the messages. I'm going to tell you what's going on. I got a lot of messages concerning her interview of people that liked her interview. But there are 5 Democrat candidates. If you're a Democrat this morning, and if you were a Democrat yesterday and you plan to be one tomorrow, but if you're currently a Democrat, okay, as this show is on, nothing has changed in the DNC, nothing. Deborah Wasserman Schultz got caught. Donna Brazile got caught. They all got caught doing Bernie Sanders wrong. The DNC is very corrupt. They got caught, okay? They promised changes, okay? We know what happened with the superdelegates and Bernie supporters, how he was done wrong. It basically cheated out of the nomination for as candidate and given to Hillary Clinton. The DNC has not changed anything. They're deciding their candidate, they're deciding who they want, and there is no democracy as we know it. It's shaken to the core. No, there's no way. If you are a candidate, the DNC, the Democrats have 5 good candidates. Now, don't take that wrong if you're out there and you're Tea Party or Republican or whatever, and you take issue with me saying good candidate. The Democrats in the 6th District have 5 good candidates. I have met all 5, okay? All 5. Dr. Richard Keatley, we've interviewed him on the show. I went down last Sunday. I met Dr. Richard Keatley, talked to me. We stood there and talked. Nice guy, okay? Reagan Edwards, okay? She was on the show the other morning. We interviewed her, Democrat. I went down, met her Sunday, okay? Nice lady, very nice. The lady we're going to have on today, Dr. Rebecca Quigg. I met her Sunday, very nice lady. Met her. She's going to be on the show today. That will be 3. Now, I am going to say this. We've not confirmed anything, but Mr. Ron Slotin, the other Democrat candidate, okay, he has said he wants to do the interview. We're trying to work out the time. So he hasn't turned us down. But now you have Jon Ossoff, which I met Sunday, that would not give me 30 seconds. Would not give me 30 seconds. He would tell his campaign manager, I went up to Mr. Ossoff, I'd like to do an interview. 30 minutes, we're doing candidate interviews. Yeah, I'll get with my campaign manager, press secretary. I said, he's got all the money behind him, press secretary. And he said, we have a lot of media requests. Okay, got a lot of media requests. Now, do you have, Sam, do you have that Ossoff campaign or fundraiser flyer? Do you have that? Is that available? Put that up. Now, that's okay. No, he's not Big Bird. That was okay. That was pretty funny. Let's try again. But the campaign flyer. I asked for the campaign flyer. I got Big Bird. That was great. No, I really enjoyed that. That was good. Okay. It's almost like you tried that and it was very funny. I will work with anybody. Let me tell you who Ossoff is ready to work for in the 6th District. Jon Ossoff, okay? Now, not endorsing candidates, but I listen to all the other Democrat candidates. And they say, Reagan Edwards said the other day she did not care. She was going to look at a good piece of legislation as she was going to decide on her own for the district, not on her own, but what's best for the district, and she wasn't going to get into party lines. I've heard all these candidates I've talked to say, hey, it's time to look at the merit of the bill or legislation, okay? And they have strong beliefs on the issues, these candidates. But here's Ossoff. He'll work for, let me tell you who he's going to work for. He's going to work for Steny Hoyer. You look at this flyer. Now, you can't see it at home. That's big enough. But this is a fundraiser in Washington, D.C. Let me tell you who Ossoff's going to listen to. He's going to listen to James Clyburn. He's going to listen to Joseph Crowley. He's going to listen to Linda Sanchez. He's going to listen to Congressman Sanford Bishop. He's going to listen to Congressman Henry C. Hank Johnson. He's going to listen to Congressman John Lewis. He's going to listen to Congressman David Scott. And last but not least, he's going to listen to House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi. Now, the DCCC, that's a Democrat Congressional Campaign Committee, okay? They pour money in to try to get House Democrats elected throughout the DCCC. Right here on this flyer, March 16th, today, this is who he's going to listen to. Now, that commercial I played, they're playing it all over the 6th, all over the state. He has taken out media with everyone and everybody throughout the state. It doesn't matter. He has radio, TV, and he will take Donald Trump to task when Donald Trump embarrasses you in the 6th District. Folks, I just wanted to start with this. I keep saying it every day, not because I'm endorsing any particular Republican candidate, because I'm not. FetcherNews.com, FYN-TV, we are doing candidate interviews. We are giving candidates a perfect opportunity. We're not attacking the candidate. You have listened to the interviews. We're giving them an opportunity. We put out some issues. We talk a little bit around the issues, and we allow the candidate, you to get to know the candidate. That's my only goal is to get you the most information. So I think you will be able to say that the Democrat candidates that have come on this show and interviewed with me have, today will be the 3rd out of 5, have had an opportunity to let you know about their issues as well as Republican and independent candidates in this race. I'm telling you now, if this guy gets in a runoff, okay, with another Republican, Nancy Pelosi in the 6th District, I'm sounding the alarm, folks, and if you're not listening, I can't help it. Hey, tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, right? Friday. So you get your green out. Be plenty everywhere you go. You'll be hearing about the green beer, right? Green beer everywhere. St. Patrick's Day. But tomorrow we're going to be at Blue Jeans in Blue Ridge. Every Friday morning we come live at Blue Jeans in Blue Ridge there, and come on. You can come down and join us 8 to 10. Now we do a panel group. At 9 o'clock, from 9 to 10, we do something we call the All-Star Panel. If you would like to come down to Blue Jeans in Blue Ridge, Georgia, Pizza, and join us, you don't have to be on the show. If you want to sit out in the audience, because you've got plenty of room out there in the restaurant. If you want to sit out there and listen to the show between 8 and 10, you're more than welcome. Guests are welcome to come. Or if you want to be on that 9 o'clock panel, come on down there about 8:45. When we take a break, we'll talk to you, get you on the panel. We don't care. We want to hear, what do you think about the current events of the day? So that's tomorrow, Blue Jeans Restaurant. Okay. Let me see where to start here. You got that picture of the debt ceiling? Folks, yesterday, the kick the can down the road debt ceiling expired. There you go. Leave that up there. And the debt ceiling returns, creating a new headache for the GOP from the Hill. The legal limit on how much the United States government can borrow returns on Thursday, potentially setting up an intense political battle in Congress. Lawmakers will have until sometime this autumn to raise the debt ceiling before the Treasury runs out of ways to make essential payments, putting the nation at risk for its first ever debt default. Now, Yellen is increasing. Yesterday, another interest rate increase. We have another interest rate increase, okay? And I will guarantee you, people that are involved in the stock market, people that are involved in finance, many people are looking at these interest rate increases and paying attention. But through the general media, and the day-to-day information that's coming out, that interest rate going up is not something that's making the top page. And I'm going to tell you, it's something we need to pay attention to. Now, the debt ceiling, we kicked that can down the road. John Boehner and Barack Obama kicked that can all the way down the road, all right? And now, yesterday, it expired. So we have some cash coming into the Treasury, and they say you have till autumn, all right? But you do not have until autumn to handle this. I've read articles that say June, not autumn, June. So you got March, April, May, June. You got about 90 days before this hits in the worst way, that we cannot meet our obligations. Now, Steve Mnuchin sent a letter, asked for them to move this along. Mitch McConnell has come out and said, yes, obviously we're going to raise the debt limit, no big deal, move on, nothing to see here. But you have Freedom Caucus, the White House and Treasury Secretary, okay? The debt limit is the major test for the Trump administration and Republican congressional leaders who've sought major spending cuts before previous increase in the debt ceiling. The White House and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin are pushing lawmakers to raise the ceiling as soon as possible, and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell from Kentucky said Tuesday, obviously we will move it up. Democrats are warning the Republicans shouldn't count on their votes. We're not going to get what we want. We understand that, but if you think we're going to, that they're going to get everything they want, okay, then they're going to have to get the votes, said Steny Hoyer. I want to go to the bottom here. There's something in this article from The Hill. Here is what Chuck Schumer said, and let me tell you, this is a strong comment. This is Democrat minority leader in the Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, said Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, but we're going to have some of our Republican colleagues step up to the plate on this issue. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Folks, they keep playing political game after political game with the debt, with having to cut spending, having to get a balanced budget, and cutting our debt. They keep playing games with it. They will use, before they raise the debt ceiling, you're going to see so many things in that package that they're going to have to appease so many people, all right? Just saying. Hey, I'm your host. You can take that down. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. When we come back, we're going to talk about the first Donald Trump budget slashes funds for EPA and State Department. My God. What is our show being brought to you today by? Where's that at one more time? Big Bird. Who else? And which one you got there? Put one up there. Yeah, today is brought to you by the letter unemployment. Yes, they're going to start with the poor kids. Folks, it'll be the kids. It'll be kids around the world that we will not feed. We're going to end a program that feeds poor children in war-torn countries. Oh my God, you know, how could we do that? We're going to end Big Bird. We're going to end public broadcasting. We're going to end after-school programs. Watch and see how this plays out with this budget, okay? Oh, by the way, we're going to come back. Did you know Rand Paul was working for the Russians now? I mean, I think we need another investigation. We're going to take a brief break. We'll be back right after these messages. Did you read City Council member Angie Arp's emails yesterday? Holy smokes. Wow. I think we'll read a little bit. I think what she ought to do to City Council members, she ought to take them and do one of those reading things and the kids, get the kids all around in school, like second grade, reading ARP emails, right? Oh my God. All right, well, it was childish, so I thought, hey, take us to break there, Sam. We'll be right back on the other side of it. Circuit World, brand name merchandise at